the first most basic type of movement that any player can do and implement into their game is a slide jump. So literally, all you want to do is you want to sprint, slide, and then press jump. And if you do it quickly, then you can like just, you know, build up momentum. On the topic of sliding, you can also do something which I think is called the fade slide, which is like really helpful in like scenarios. As I say, you're like shooting, like you're shooting like some people and like, you know, I've just got on, hang on. Like you're shooting some people and like you're not quam. Let's just say you do get damaged a little bit and you want to like go to this cover. All you have to do is I think that I'm not 100% sure. I think I might do it, but literally holster your gun, start to sprint while crouched, and then just as you're in mid slide, so you're sprinting, you slide, as soon as you're in jump, so you're sliding, slide, jump, and when you're like in like the height of your jump, pull out your gun. That way you can really like get the jump on people because they won't know or hit them.
This upgrade is gonna give me
yeah,
a
very
serious leg
useful
up.
for like surprising people. I'm lagging. That's great. The next type of movement that not every character can do, but they can kind of do it to a certain extent, is something called bunny hopping. So basically, a bunny hop is where you run, you slide jump, and then when you hit the ground again, you kind of like go in between, like pressing A and B, and you just keep all your momentum. This is in third person. This is what it looks like. You're kind of just, your character's just kind of bobbing up and down. It's kind of hard to hit. Like I know on PC and stuff, it's like way better because you can like neo strafe and stuff. You can literally just start darting around in circles while wall bouncing. It's insanely good. But yeah, like what I like to do is I like to grab myself a shotgun. It don't matter what shotgun. It's sort of just a PK. I start bunny hopping, and as I'm bunny hopping, I then like shoot people while I'm bunny hopping. Because you're hitting them, but it's really hard for them to hit you. That's another thing. It's that Octane, especially. I don't know if any other characters can do it, but Mad Maggie can when she's got a wrecking ball, a speed boost from a wrecking ball. So technically any character can do this as long as you've got like a speed boost. But so say I took damage. I needed to heal. What I can do is I can stim, bunny hop and heal. That way, it's way harder for somebody to hit me, and I'm also moving and healing at the same time. So in third person, it would pretty much just look like this.
Charging up my shields.
Like I'm just bunny hopping and healing, and it's like really, really nice. It's really good. But yeah, so that's how that works. The next type of movement I'm going to go on to is probably one of the hardest. Not a lot of people can do it, but it's called super gliding. And basically, hang on, let me get a better example so I can mantle. But basically, a super glide is when you're in this mantle stage. As soon as you get to the top, you press B and jump at pretty much the exact same time, and then you get like a speed boost like that. And then yeah, the way I kind of practice this, I kind of just did it every single time I mantled. Yeah, so now I literally could basically just do it on command. Apart from that time, apparently. And I didn't even mantle there. Gosh, I'm embarrassing myself there. Yeah. So that's that's one of the hardest, but a good way to practice it is either on these walls, like here. So if you super glide, you can reach this part. But if you see, if I just jump, can't make it. Even if I slide off it, can't make it. Or if you want to try it on a smaller ledge, you could do it on there, and you can literally just make it to this ledge here. If I jump, can't make it. If I slide, can't make it because I haven't got the verticality. But yeah, or if you want to like have a little bit more time, then you can also super glide that way as well on that like higher ledge. But yeah, super gliding is one of the hardest movement techs in the game, and it's supposed to be easy on controller because on console we have less FPS. Obviously on PC players can still do it, like Lemonhead, Fade, they all can. They're obviously insanely cracked at the game, but they all can. They've mastered it because basically, because there's 60 frames per second, you have to at least hit like the buttons in like 1 to 3 frames, I think. So because that's less, it's easier. I am able to do it on Nintendo Switch as well. And that's even easier because it's half, like, you have even more time to do it. But not like anyone actually plays Switch in 2024. Especially Apex, that's for sure. You know, it's more like on the go or just chill gaming, not competitive games like Apex. But anyway, the next movement tech, which you can really implement into your gameplay pretty easily, is a wall bounce. Basically, a wall bounce is you connect to the wall. When you're in this connection, this like mantle, you press jump and then you jump back like that. So then basically, when you're sprinting,
Yo, love
you
that
wall
sound.
bounce, and you can wall bounce out of like difficult scenarios or onto people. I can't even speak for some reason today. There's also something called a fatigue bounce. Bang it. But obviously wall bounces are easy. Well, they're pretty much still pretty easy. I will say. Well, probably after I've gone over all like the basic versions of the movement tech, I'll then go on to about like other things you could do with it, like directional super glides and stuff. Obviously more doable on PC due to tap strafing. But you know. Yeah. So basically that's a sheesh, I know, right? Like, so that's a fatigue bounce. So a fatigue in general is when you jump like that, don't you? But if you just keep jumping, notice how you just don't go as high. You can also kind of use this to like strafe. Like this. Kind of makes it harder for people to hit you. I just had a wrist crack, that's nice. But yeah. So, oh my days, the lag. Wow, troubles. So basically, to fatigue wall bounce, pretty much just make sure you're fatigued. You're at this like jump, and then just kind of, hang on. Just jump, kind of try and jump into the wall, like put a directional input in, kind of like turn your camera as well. I actually just can't do it. Wow. There you go. And then pretty much, you could just do it infinitely. You could literally wall bounce for days. So it could be really like distracting if someone not be able to like keep track of you if you keep bouncing over their head. But yeah, so in third person, I forgot to show you what super gliding looks in third person. I'll show you that real quickly. So that's your legs kind of stretch out. So that's how you know you do a super glide. Anyway, so a wall bounce in third person literally just looks like this. That's a wall bounce in third person. A fatigue wall bounce pretty much just looks like the exact same, but you just don't run. So, and then yeah, I can't really keep track of what I'm saying. It's difficult because I'm not like a pro. So, but I still know what I'm doing. So that's fatigue wall bouncing and super glides and wall bounces. The next type of movement is kind of to do with like Octane's jump pad. So
Hit the ejector seat.
you know Octane's jump pad. You go forwards and then you can jump again to get a distance boost. But what another thing you can do is quickly look left or right. You can kind of get like a snap strafe. It's kind of a very poor version of a tap strafe. Like with a tap strafe, you keep all your momentum, but with like this snap strafe, you lose all your momentum due to like the jump pad. Another thing you can do is if you really want to bamboozle someone. So say someone's chasing you down this hill, and you really want to confuse them. Hold backwards when you're on Octane's jump pad and melee it. I didn't do it right. Usually, there you go. Like, you have to be quiet on the edge, and you can literally just go flying backwards right over their head. So say I'm like this. That is not what I want. You have to be like kind of. I thought I did it then, but no. There you go. And you could just shoot them from behind, and they'll be looking around like what? Really confused. So there's also just general strafing. So just point your analog stick in the direction you want to go, and you'll slowly start drifting in that area, as you can see. I'm turning a lot. So that's a good thing to do if you want to like get turned mid-air but without tap strafe. Right. Oh, see, another thing that I could mention is the fact that what I'm accidentally doing is the fact that if you melee into Octane's jump pad, well, this happens. You just bounce up until the jump pad's destroyed, or you jump out of it. That's pretty much it. So, I mean, it's kind of useful if you want to scout out areas, but it's really noisy. So people can hear from a mile away. So this is what the snap strafe looks like. In third person.
Must go faster.
Right. And then this is what the air strafe looks like. In third person. There you are. Oh, dang it, bro. So yeah, that's how that works. Right, there's kind of another thing with Octane's jump pad you can do. Let me just get careful.
Hey,
Right, and what you want to do is pick airborne agility.
This upgrade rips.
And this is how you do it. I don't know if I'll be able to do it, guaranteed. Because I haven't really practiced it, but sometimes I can do it. So basically, you want Octane's red jump pad, and obviously you know how it goes. You can like kind of just tap straight midair with Octane's jump pad and keep all your momentum on controller, which is a good. It's really nice to confuse people. So you're like there, suddenly you go over here, they don't expect it, and boom, you're dead. Type thing. Obviously, if they're an experienced player, they'll probably just beam me up the sky, but we don't talk about that. Another thing you can do is, I think people are calling it a Sigma step, but I know movement players, well, insane movement players who don't really play, but anyway, like Moki Sniper, he doesn't want to call it that. But basically, what you're supposed to do, and if I can't do it, then just search up a video on YouTube about Sigma stepping, and then come back to this one, please. Thank you. I will be making more movement guides in the future, so don't forget to like and subscribe, because this will become... Basically, you want to slide into your jump pad, stay, and when you're crouched, I can't do it. But basically, you want to put a backwards input in. It's supposed to be easy on controller, since like when you hold backwards, it's like tons of like tiny little mini inputs of backwards. Oh, so on keyboard and mouse, you can just like press the. There's something called. So you have a zip. So what you want to do is called a. I think it's called a super jump. Yeah, it's called a super jump. You can do this on vertical and horizontal zip lines. So basically, what you want to do is when you're like, you want to like, when you press your jump button, so press the interact button and the jump button, like kind of just literally simultaneously, and then you just get a normal like zip plane jump. But if you do the same thing but press the jump button twice, really quite quickly, you get like an extra boost. So this is this. So see this box? That's how far I go with a normal, and then look how much further I go with this super jump. Same thing works on vertical ones. Just see, you just like look up and then yeah. But another thing you can do with zip lines is a kind of like I don't know what it's called, but it's kind of like zip line bouncing. You just do that, like you like, so say you're like fighting someone, like you can do that to them and they'll just be like, what are you doing? It's really useful against those sweaty TTV wraiths in zipline buildings on World's Edge, or on Broken Moon, or even on the Storm Point. It depends what map you're on, but there's always like zipline stuff that those sweaty TTV wraiths do. The sweaty little bold wraiths. Yeah. So that's also another thing you can do. Also, you can do it 3 times, but I only do it once. I mean twice, because I kind of struggle to do it like a 3rd time. Plus, it's not like you can do it forever. But yeah. So that's that. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is something that I struggle to do a lot, and I'm actually still practicing, is a mantle jump. So what you want to do, I mean, if you don't understand what I'm saying, because I don't know what I'm doing, it's the first time I've done this, search up mantle jumping on YouTube. I think even Lemonhead, Treery, Fade, I think did it once. Moki Sniper's done it. They've all got guides. This still works the exact same way. They have not changed mantle jumping at all, I don't think. But basically, what you want to do is when you're on a zip, it's way harder. I might have to go to the other one. It's what you want to do when you're on a zip. Oh, for goodness, I'm gonna have to go to the other one. What you want to do is you want to like kind of mantle on the ledge. See, I have auto sprint, so it's a little bit difficult. You want to pretty much do this, but you want to like do it obviously near the zip line like that, and you want to kind of like half mantle, look down or up, depends what you want to do. Start walking backwards, and this is quite quick, and then super jump. I'm still practicing it, so I can kind of do it, but just not really well. Like so Fade, Ecstasy, Moki Sniper. But it's this place, this elevator shaft is kind of like zipline buildings on World's Edge. So if you want to practice it, I can't do it in buildings. Don't ask me why. But obviously I can kind of do it. But I don't have a fast sense. I play 4-3 linear, just for the beams. Like I have movement, but obviously Fade and Ecstasy, they play on like really high sense. Especially Ecstasy, playing on controller. He also has the like gyro as well, so he can quickly like change his aim and stuff. Yeah, the fundamentals is you want to mantle up, start walking backwards until like pretty much you see the like you can interact as soon as possible, and then super jump. Just I'm not explaining it that well, but just yeah, go see a video on that by any of those people that I mentioned. I don't know them personally because I'm just small little boy, but yeah, sorry. There's also kind of like when you're fighting zips and stuff, kind of like loads of things you can do. There's tons of movement. I can't do most of them. I can try. I just never put it into my gameplay yet. Like, yeah, I see that people, like, some movement players, they kind of like mantle up and down the zip. Like this. I think this is how you do it. So if this is how you do it, what I'm doing is I'm kind of like half mantling, look down and then press interact. Can you please move respectfully, mate? You're in my way. I'm just going to turn our dummies off for now. But yeah. So I'm kind of like mantling, if I can. Kind of like what you do with a mantle jump, and then look up, mantle, look down, mantle, look up, and then yeah, all of that shenanigans. Character specific things. And the first thing I know, and people are like gonna be really annoyed if I don't mention Pathfinder on this. Pathfinder, it's kind of like it's like a slingshot, but it's not a slingshot. So you just use this grapple, but as soon as it touches the ground, you like you press jump. So you get like obviously like kind of like. Ignore my aim with the wingman. It's been a long time. Oh, why didn't it refresh? I have to keep swapping between characters.
Here I come, back from the sky.
The next thing I know of is that you do the same thing, but right below you, you can basically just as soon as it like just press jump, you kind of get like this little dash thing, like mid-air. I don't know what to call it, but I guess it can be used to like confuse people. I know I've confused some people while playing Pathfinder. Next thing, that's all I know of with Pathfinder. Oh, actually, tell a lie. It's kind of, I don't know if I'm gonna do it right, so don't get annoyed at me if I get it wrong. There's like the slingshot. Like point your camera a specific way and you go absolutely flying. Maybe go look at like a Pathfinder movement guide for that. I'm not a pro. I don't play Pathfinder. And the next thing was with Wraith. I know I don't have the kunai, it's really
placing a portal.
So basically, with Wraith, if you do a super glide and you time it just right, you can do something called a portal cancel super glide, which goes like this.
Setting a portal.
Basically, it may not look like it, but I'm actually getting a speed boost from all of that, which is pretty cool. And it looks dang flashy. Like, you can't tell me. You can't tell me. What the? Oh, I'm lagging. Wow, that's some major lag right there.
Punching a tunnel.
Like,
punching a tunnel.
I think I just can't do it in third person.
Punching a tunnel. Punching a tunnel. Got an upgrade to choose.
See, it's kind of like, man, I so look like the stereotypical bold Wraith, just without a kunai. So that's that. Obviously, you can also do it in the void, which you get like a major speed boost. Like that's an insane speed boost. That is. Next, got Rev. Revan doesn't really have a lot of movement text you can do. Apart from all the normal movement text that all the characters can do. But I guess you could kind of do something with like, you could super glide. So there used to be like a exploit that if you super glide and use tactical, you'd be able to pull out your gun immediately. So I was reattached that like a really long time ago now, like what, 3 seasons ago when Carnivy came out. So it's not really a lot you can do. So yeah, I guess it's that, like the attack stuff, but that's about it. Super glide, attack. You kind of get like a unexpected thing. Next,
We're back.
Horizon.
You missed this too much.
Horizon can bunny hop due to her passive, literally for like forever. Plus, because she has extra strafe, she can technically strafe better than any character in the game. Like she can do a lot of stuff. Plus, you can also like you can use her passive when you're like skydiving. If you hold on to a zip, well, okay. So one thing I know you can do
I'm back,
is
dears. I guess it was only a flesh wound.
when you're in attack,
Pick me up, they're coming.
go up attack, and at the very top, I think. Oh gosh, I failed. Go to the very top. Failed it again. And even this probably won't work because I did it wrong. But basically, what you can do is just use her passive to completely negate the full stun, and you can just gain so much momentum. It's so good. It's so satisfying. I don't think Valk has any, apart from her jetpack, of course.
Not done
She
yet,
kind of
Dad.
do like better
Miss me, squad?
redirects, I guess. It's not really.
Wings up.
Like she could kind of just stop mid super glide, which can kind of put someone off actually if you think about it. Or you could get even like maybe a little bit boost, kind of. But I don't know. I don't play Valk. How many kills do I even have on? I've forgotten. I think it's 138. Next character, Alta. Apparently she's able to do the Sigma step better. Bloodhound, his ult is just kind of speed boost. Crypto doesn't have anything. Vantage, on the other hand, she kind of does.
Getting a fresh angle.
If you press B while in attack, you kind of drop down. That's good. That's a good thing. He's such a goofy character. Gibraltar doesn't have anything. Lifeline doesn't have anything. Mirage doesn't have anything. Loba just has her tactical. Newcastle, his wall, I guess.
Returned to the battlefield.
His wall, when you're in his wall, you jump up and look the other direction, you can turn around and place his wall a different way. So that's quite good. Conduit doesn't have anything. Caustic doesn't.
Sorry.
I mean, you can super glide off Rampart's walls. So that's kind of cool. If you don't have like anything to super glide off of, just place down one of her walls and you can just super glide off that. And you can bunny hop off Sheila. So when you ramp Sheila up, I can stop lagging. Wow, 200 ping. Love that, guys. So you can, when you're ramping it up, you can run it up. Of course, absolute mayhem. This character.